you will get more points. So that's how the leaderboard will function. And yeah, Ultra is asking how to level up faster. I think Marduk, that's the right question for you.
Yeah, have some good questions there. Let me answer the question of level up first. Guys, what is important here to know about level up faster in the game? Of the maps that have more XP right now in the game. So the first one it's Royal City Cave. Okay, so for the persons that have, let me show here, any kind of NFT, you will be able to do what we call Berserk mode. That it's when you, I'm gonna show here. After you do, like you can see in the middle of this this red eye here, you have like 10,000 void realm energy point. Okay, for each one map that you do, you gain 1,000 of this point, and when you reach 10,000 of this point, you can activate the berserk mode, and then all the monsters inside the map will become magical monsters. Like it's the ones that have like the skin, the blue skin, and they will give you way more XP and etc. So uh, when you are doing this kind of berserk mode, or even if you don't have NFTs and you are not able to do that, it's important to understand, because if you have NFTs, you want to do the berserk modes always in the Royal City Cave. Okay, specifically this map here, always, if possible, you want to do on Royal City Cave. If you don't have NFTs and you are not able to do the berserk mode, it's not a problem, but it's still important you to understand that this is the map that you gives you more XP, and it's a huge amount of XP. It's the difference between Royal City Cave and all the maps. It's really higher. The second map with the biggest amount of XP, it's Wailing Gorge. Is this one? So I don't know if I write it. This way? Is this way? So for you that it's trying to level up faster in the game right now, so this is the main thing that you need to know. These two maps will gives you, like, I don't know exactly the amount of XP that it's higher, but probably more than the double, even triple of the XP that you have in some other maps. Let me give an example. Shanty Town. It's a very small shanty. It's a very it's let me see how it's right correctly here. Let me see if I found the one shanty town here. Here, it's shanty town together. This way, shanty town. This is the smallest map in the game right now, so it's the less amount of packs of mob inside that map. So it's an example of a map that you, if you are trying to level up faster, you don't want to do specifically this one, because you're gonna do less XP because of the amount of mobs that you have inside it. Another thing that it's very cool, if you guys have the season pass, you guys will receive. Oh, this is a very important trick. You guys will receive. I don't know exactly where is this here, but you guys will receive 20 potions of XP that will endure for 1 hour each one. Okay. I don't know exactly where is this potion here, but I know that you guys at any place here, I don't know exactly where it is, but you guys will receive like 20 potions of XP for 1 hour. If you have NFTs, it's really important you guys use this potion of XP. Oh, it's in season trip. Oh, it's here. It's not in the past. It's here. You can buy here. See? It's this
How
one
do you
here.
get the season pass? The
Yeah,
advanced
yeah.
one?
This one here. You really want to use these potions during the Berserk modes, okay? Or in the specific maps that you have more XP, like Royal City Cave, Wailing Gorge, and others. The second thing that it's really important to you understand when you are trying to leveling up faster is that after the level 80, 84 to 86, the scale of XP became really, really huge. Okay, you need a very huge amount of XP to complete one level, and when you die, if I'm not mistaken, you're gonna lose like something around 3 to 4%. It's not possible to you keep it like your progression of leveling if you die too much, unless you use a huge amount of money paying for the scrolls that you can revive and not lose the XP during the process of the map. So the second tip that I can give to you to level up faster is guarantee that you are using correctly all the layers, all the defensive layers of your character. In the case of Valkyrie, in the Valkyrie that I'm using, this build that I'm using right now is the most squished build ever. So to be very honest, my build right now dies for everything that touches me. So it's not an option to tank any kind of damage. I need to use my clone, my decoy to guarantee that I'm not receiving any kind of damage. But like it's always possible to you create some kind of defensive layers in your character to at least try to survive for one hit. I will give you guys an example. I have here in my bag specifically the Shadow Swift, the Swift Shadow Cloak, okay, and the Titan's Relic that you can buy on the trial shop. Specifically because when I put these two items, I can reach all the resistance, a little bit more of armor and HP, that it's enough to not die for one hit from maps like tier 15 or tier 14 or something like that. Okay, but usually I not equip that because I'm already like it's I mean so many seasons playing with the Valkyrie, so I already know how to play without receiving any kind of damage and etc. So this is the two good tips that I could give to you guys to try to level fast. Focus on the maps that gives you more XP and try to guarantee that you guys are not dying after the level 84, 86 because the penalty for dying and lose XP will be huge enough to provide you to prevent you to keep leveling up. Okay.
Man,
Uh,
you gave a lot of good points.
uh, there's more questions. Oh, this question maybe it's for you, me. There is like any expectations in release land system for the game? And if yes, what kind of impact in the economy it can have? Do you guys have any information about it that can be shared
Oh, oh, I see
about
the
land
question
system?
about the land. Yeah,
Yep.
you know, we have actually been teasing the land NFT or the land gameplay since Q1 2023. So if you guys have been here during the time and have been joining me during the Telegram AMAs, I've been telling a lot of people about the land NFTs and the land gameplay. But, the thing with the land gameplay is we want to be really careful on releasing more NFTs within the ecosystem. So we don't really want to over dilute the NFTs within the ecosystem of Seraph, and we want to be careful on introducing more gameplays that is going to be including any kind of NFTs. So the thing what we want to do right now first, as of this moment, is really to balance or really make the economic flow of Seraph better first before we release any other kind of NFTs. So that's what we want to do. Once we're able to get the feeling that things within the ecosystem or the economics are becoming better, then that's the only time we're going to be releasing other kind of NFTs to make sure that when we release more collections, that dilution is not going to be giving too much of a negative impact within the ecosystem. and of course for us to be able to ensure that there is going to be an interest when we release different gameplays with NFTs involved. We still have the land within our our assets or within our plans, but the specific time of when we will be releasing it is going to be having no date as of this moment. Like I've mentioned, we want to be very careful. Maybe if we're going to be releasing it, let's just say next week or next month, there might be huge negative impact as of what we're experiencing right now. So we want to make things more stable first. Maybe we're going to be doing some kind of marketing or other kind of things for us to ensure that there are going to be sufficient buyers or even players within the ecosystem first before we release more assets. And then once we're confident, we're going to be releasing more in terms of gameplay that is going to be including huge NFT inclusion. If we're going to be because if we're going to be introducing the land gameplay, there's going to be NFT, and it's going to have a huge involvement with how Seraph is going to be developing for the long run. Because it's not just any kind of small NFTs, which is going to be an equipment or an item or whatnot. It's going to be having a huge involvement with how the economic system is going to be working with Seraph. So we want to be very careful with how we introduce it.
Yeah, that's perfect. That makes a lot of sense. The game is still. We are playing the game, and we know that there's a lot of stuff that you still need some fixes and etc. Even near to launch a new class like Druids. Like I can imagine how busy the dev teams are right now trying to make all these stuffs happen at the same time, because every single season there's a lot of stuff to fix that it's already released, and you still need to put some contents on the road to people still get excited, and of course near to a TGE or something like that is still way more important. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Don't rush too much to put more assets in the game and things like that in the moment, at least, that the game is living right now. Makes a lot of sense. Sounds like a wise decision.
Yeah, because if we were to release the land gameplay right now and then we're still fixing a lot of bugs that is not yet fixed with what have already been released, then everything just get piles up. So it's going to be problematic on handling those things.
You guys gonna kill the dev team if you do this. That's right now.
Yeah, we might end up killing each other.
Yeah, exactly. Man, Gerald did have the question that everyone does, like in my live streaming, in the live streams of my friends. Like, I know that this is always the question that people want to make when we are talking about Web3 games and etc. But Gerald, let me say something to you from the bottom of my heart. Games like Seraph, even Heaven Quest, and few other games, very few. We are talking about, like, imagine that we are seeing games being released from the past like 2-3 years from Web3, and I'm comfortable to say that we have not even 3 or 4 games that it's will be inside this category that I'm gonna say right now. And Seraph, it's for sure one of them. That it's a true game that's enjoyable. I have friends that's playing Seraph without any kind of NFT, just enjoying the fact of developing the character and things like that. And this is by the way, I'm not the biggest whale of the game, for sure, not even close. I'm right now in the top 10. I'm probably the guy that have the less investment in the game right now, but it's still being a huge amount of money from my perspective and considering my situation that I invested in this game. And the reason that I did that, it's because Seraph right now represents some kind of faith on the Web3 games that it's truly playable. As you can see, this game was not a game that was focused and put values in the NFT for you. Since the beginning, the values of the NFTs was the mint value, the tax of the mint. all the values that you can see behind each one of these NFTs is the perception value that players like me have on these assets. And the first thing that that I can answer for you in this question, how to earn in the game, answer that specific on Seraph. And remember, guys, this is my vision of how it works, okay? And you will have different answers from different persons and etc. But based on my experience, one of the things that is important to understand that games like Seraph, and we will have more games like this in the near future. Not so much because this is that's the thing. Like there's very few games that's really in Web3 at least, okay? 2 games that it's playable, enjoyable. Imagine that behind. The best way to explain what I'm trying to do to say here is imagine that behind this here. Look for my screen. You know, behind each one of these windows here, behind each one of these buttons, behind these skills that I'm reaching here, everything that I'm doing here, you know, when we talk about gaming development, this is the dream of someone. You are right now controlling your character, and everything that you enjoy here, it's the dream of someone. At some time, one person or more than one person dreamed about do this. And this is the difference between a game that emerges to just try to use the Web3 as an opportunity to make money for the company. And I will not say names here. You guys that it's right now playing games in Web3 for 1, 2, 3 years, you guys know that happens in 9% of the case. Was game developed for Web2 that was adapted to Web3 just in a way to you know, get money from us or something like that. When you see games like Seraph, and we have a lot of games like this one in Web2, okay? But let's talk about Web3. This game is clear the dream of someone. This is not a game that was released with the only main objective of make money. I can feel it after playing games for more than 20 years and after working the gaming industry for more than 10 years, I can say to you guys that there is a lot of attention to some details and things in this game that go further than only this be a way of make money for a company or things like that. So of course, this game was developed in a way to make money, okay? I know that, like it's a business. But again, imagine that behind the desk in the dev team, for a lot of these people, it's more than make money. This is one of the things that I really want you to believe. And I'm talking not only about Seraph only. We will have very few games that it's inside this kind of category. And what that becomes for us, what that represents for us when we are playing. You can see that games like Seraph, the earn that you asked, Gerald, how to make earn in this game. I can guarantee to you that will be way more related to you be a good player than the NFTs. I know that there's a huge scale here of treasury value, but if it's because we will not have, sadly, we will not have time enough here to me try to explain how these guys from the dev team designed this here, even for someone that have a huge amount of money, the scale of percentage of soul spar, things that you want, it's not in a way that it's dangerous for the economy of the game. When you see someone, I will give you an example of a friend of mine that just bought one NFT for, I don't know, in the floor price for $300 and something dollars to less than $400, okay? The guy paid the NFT in 6 days. His name is Caporali. By the way, he's on the top 20 from Sorcerer. Like the guy, you paid $400 on the NFT, and in half of the season, he was already done like $2,000 and half dollars in less than 15 days. You know, and the way that he was able to do that was not because of the drop of the soul spar, was not because of the percentage, it was basically because of this here, the market one. And this is only possible, so we are not talking specifically about how the NFTs works and how they scale up. This guy was able to do 3 times the price of the NFT in just a little bit more than 10 days, just because he understands the game. Which build it's the meta, what's the best. By the way, he put his life to reach the we call here the tier 15 maps. That is when you are able to drop item level 88. That people really needs that to close the end game build. So what I'm trying to explain to you, Gerald, it's even before you think about, oh, I'm gonna pay for this X amount of dollars for the NFT, and I will do, I don't know how much souls per map, man. If you really want, imagine that the earns of this game is a consequence of you be good at the game. So the first thing that I would say to you is play the game, play the seasons, understand your character, understand the progression of the game. Try to be inside some community that can, by the way, this is a for sure game that was designed to play for people, okay? For sure, guys. Like the group maps in this game make the scale of resource that you can produce unbelievable. So it's a social game. By the way, now we have guilds, and very soon some sort. All these stuff should come first, okay? So before you think about how much your NFT will give you as money on top of it, you need to understand that games like Seraph, and we will have more games like Seraph, okay? So I'm not giving you a tip only for this game itself, like for more games that have the same structure of someone that is developing something that should be good to play, no matter the NFT thing or the Web3 thing of the game. Like you are playing because the game is good, you will have a lot of people playing the games, and a lot of people have interest on the items and everything that you can produce. And this by himself can produce, again, an example of my friend, without considering any source part that he dropped from the map, he paid his NFT in less than 10 days only with the market of the game. Of course, the NFT allows you to drop items that's tradable, and this is really important. I really understand how important it is to have at least one NFT to play the game. But again, it goes way further than the whale thing of keep growing your treasure value and things like that. Another thing that's important you to understand before you step in the game and do investment, things like that, it's a very important feature of the game in terms of earn. It's the ranking system, you know. And again, let me give an example of Caporali. Let's find Caporali here. I don't know where he is, but let's look here. Caporali, okay? Caporali, it's level 91. He bought his first NFT this season on the floor for like $400. Right now, Caporali, he invested all the money that he made with this NFT, and right now he have 2 NFTs with 46 treasure value. All that in 20 days, and right now he stopped at 30. So we are talking about someone that did a very small investment in the game. How he was able to manage such a result? Because he really understands the game. He understands the sorcerer class and etc. So this is the first tip, okay? If you want to make some kind of earns in this game, understand it's a consequence. You are not entering a game that it's, oh my god, this is not click to earn, man. This is not a place that you're gonna just go to. By the way, would not be healthy for the economy of the game, this kind of stuff. But I have to say, even with me here, it's here right now. I know that it's from the staff of the game, and I can say that even in front of someone that is from the part of the team of the Seraph, that yes, it's important to have people that it's capable to profit in this game. Of course it is, because that's proof that the economic design of the game works. I'm an example of that. I'm right now with I don't know 9 NFTs with 263 of treasure value, and I started with one single NFT. If you check my log here, 3 seasons early, I just started with a single one, and I was able to, because I know that it's difficult to use me as a reference because I play professionally, and I play professionally, specifically this kind of game gender, but it's important to people like me profiting the game, because you guys can see that the design of the game was made to that happens as a reward for the ones that have a better result in the decisions that they do in the game with the gameplay and things like that. This is how it should be working, by the way. Okay, this is the true play to earn. And by the way, play to earn exists way earlier than Web 3. Okay, guys, because money is being made in games on Web 2 for decades. Okay, so this is just more well structured and designed because Web 3 is a place to it works in a better way. So okay, this is the first stage of the answer of how you can earn in the game. Just to you come in with a clear mind of what you need to do if you really want to be profitable in the game. But and what's the first answer? The game was not designed to be a way to earn. Okay, come here to compete, to challenge yourself, to be better every day, and to understand your class better every day. Like try to enter in the training mode and see your damage increasing, and you understand all the layers of defensive layers, all the offensive layers of the. It's this kind of mindset that will make you produce more with less. You understand? You will be able to produce more with less, and this is the kind of stuff that will make you earn more. But now let's give you a more technical answer, okay? In terms of how to earn. I will tape here because this is something that maybe can help you guys after many calculations. Again, I don't know if I'm 100% correct. It's important to understand that there is a lot of people that have a way higher investment than me, and we will understand this game in a higher level. But at least some information that I can share in tests that we done until now, it's like the cost benefit in terms of energy spent and how much it costs in terms of soul spar. What I mean, you want at least that the soul spar that it's produced by your NFT, it's paying at least the energy that is being spent, right? So every time that you open a map in the game, so every time that you come here with your NFTs, you click here and you open a map, you expend X amount of energy from your NFT. As you can see, KO energy here on my crossbow, it's at level 30 crossbow. The NFT is a level 30. Each map that I open, it used 3 of energy here for open it. So you have some milestones that will help you to be more efficient in terms of energy expended to open the map and how much soul spar it will give you. I'm gonna tape it for you, okay guys? So in your test, it's 1 level 30 with 21 of treasury value, 2 level 30 with 46 of treasure value, 3 level 30 with 100 treasury value, and 1 level 40 with 100 of treasury value. By the way, it's the most efficient one right now because of we had some changes in the percentages of soul spar in this season. They reduced a lot of this scale that was happening in the biggest percentage of treasury value, and it became more efficient in terms of have a chaos suite effect, that is you have more pieces of set. By the way, this is not an additive percentage, okay? It's a multiplier one, so it's multiplying by 100% the amount that will be applied by my 544%. So what I tape it for you guys right now is, if you are decided to enter in the game and you want to have an NFT that only by open the map for the most part of the season will pay the energy cost of the NFT, and you don't have to be afraid of open the maps, and you can, of course, like I said, dedicated your time, your energy to become a good player, to understand how the market works. So all the earns that you're gonna do, it's because you are being a good and competitive player. This is my suggestion of entrance. If you can, a level 30 with 21 of treasury value, or 2 level 30 of 46, 3 level 30 together, okay? Or they together are with the 111, or 1 level 40. By the way, is exactly what I'm doing right now. So I'm how it works, okay? For people who have NFTs, just to understand, I open all my 18 maps, so I cannot show you guys right now, but you are able to do 20 maps to make Soulspar using your NFTs, you have 20 maps each day to do it. So I use in this case, my necklace that is a level 40 NFT with 120, okay? It's because it's reaching this milestone here. Okay, so it's here. If I gonna keep everything of my NFTs, you guys can check. I'm on this milestone here. So I open my 18 maps here, and the 2 Berserker maps that I have on the day, I do with all the pieces together. Okay, so I open the maps with the only one NFT to guarantee that my energy is being paid. So there is no chance of the cost of energy that is 7 right now. So I use 7 of energy to open each map. So it's always being paid. So even if you don't have all these NFTs that I have, if you have just one level 30 with 21 or 2 level 30 with 46, anyway, in this example that I gave here, you will not need to worry with the cost of the energy that you are spending. You for sure will be self-sustainable in the game, you know. And why I equip everything when I'm gonna do the Berserk map, because it works when you imagine that I'm applying. I can show you guys. Yesterday I was not with this necklace. I bought this necklace today, so I don't know yet how much of Soulspar I will do today. But yesterday on Berserk mode, you can check like I was doing like 3,332. By the way, let's do a simple math here, okay? Just to explain, let me show you guys how this kind of calculation works, okay? So I'm gonna put here on the screen for you guys to see. So let's see how much one. Can you guys see the entire screen? Yes,
Yeah.
right? Okay, that's perfect. So let's check here. Oh, I don't think it works. Let me see. So video also. So if you come here, let's check the price of Soul Box, okay? And how much is the cost of energy. So it's very simple, okay? What we're gonna do here, it's let's say exactly in how much NFTs I have right now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 level 30 and 1 level 40. Okay, so if I have 8 level 30, we are talking about 8x3 of energy to open one single Berserk map. Okay, so 24. And we know that this level 40, it's 7 of energy. So we put here plus 7. So I'm using 31 of energy to play one single map of Berserk mode. So what I'm gonna do here, it's understand that it's costing 1,000 of energy, 159. Okay, so I just divide this for 1,000. This is the cost per energy, so I multiply that for 31, right? That's the amount of energy that I'm using to open a map. So right now I use to open one single map of Berserk $5. Okay, it's not necessary to do a lot of calculation to understand how much it's right now in Soulspar, 3,332. So your concern is I will repeat it. If you check how much Soulspar I did in this season and in all other seasons, the Soulspar dropped by the map right now is starting to get relevant because my treasure value is a bit higher. But even with this treasure value, the Soulspar that I did and all the stuff that I did, it's because of the market itself and because of the rank. Imagine that in the first week I won 2 NFTs here just because I reached this. Here's the ladder, you can check. Like I reached the top 2 and I did like 2 NFTs. So most part of the result that you will have, it's basically in your performance. All the thing of the Soulspars, unless you have thousands and thousands of dollars to invest in the game, your concern is just to be sustainable. I just want my NFTs and my drop-off source part to guarantee. I'm always doing this kind of calculation, you know, that how much I'm paying for access the map and how much this map is returning to me, just to guarantee that I'm not, my NFT is dying in the process because I was not able to pay for the energy. Okay, so this is the main tips that I can give to you in terms of earning the game. Okay, being very honest. Okay, that just to you, don't buy the dream that you will get in here. And again, like I said, if it was in this way, be healthy for the game. The game wants you to be very honest, to play the game before you think about how much money it's gonna do, and you're gonna do this as a consequence. Like I did. And by the way, guys, I did a lot of money. I did a lot of money, and I was not thinking about the money. Every time that I log in this game, I'm always looking to sleep, even understanding that sleep is like, I don't know. I guess. Okay, sleep have, I don't know, 40 times the investment that I have in the game, more, 50 times. It's like that. But I want to compete with them. Like, I'm right here. I'm just 20 floors behind with my small investment. Like, it's what moves me. It's challenging myself to be a better player every single day. What happens when I do this? What happens when I sit with my friends? When I go here inside this fucking training room here that I spend like half of my time of this game inside this here, I become better because I need to test and understand what kind of thing it's better and etc. And because of that, you will do naturally some kind of earns in this game. I promise you. Be good and you will make a way more money than you are expecting to do.
Yeah, you dropped a lot of good answers right there. And like you've mentioned, that's also one of the reasons why some of the Void Realms and the Trials of Seraph is unlockable at level 60. Because, we really want you guys to really approach the game as how it is. And because it will help you to really make you understand how your character works. And then, of course, like Marduk has previously mentioned, there are going to be a lot of things for you to be able to earn. Maybe it's going to be for you farming soul spar through the marketplace, going to be farming NFTs, or going through the leaderboards. But the most important part really is for you to be able to understand how the game works, how the mechanics works, and how you're going to be able to take advantage of it. Because if you're not going to be able to understand this, you're not really going to be able to earn how you like. Because some of the people I've been realizing is there are going to be people who are going to be buying the NFTs and going to be expecting to be able to earn as soon as possible without really understanding how the game works. They think that they're just going to be buying the NFT, play the game, and then they're going to be earning. Like Marduk have previously mentioned, you really need to understand how the game works for you to be able to unlock that kind of benefit of you being able to earn within the game. And have Marduk also mentioned regarding the P2E or the earning within the games working way before Web3. A lot of us here in Seraph, actually, even the developers and some of my colleagues here, have been playing Web2 games in a way that we actually sell items in the black market. This has been the way before Web3. People farm items in-game within Web2, go to black markets to sell items in-game for real money. And that is also why when, right now, we're actually doing marketing within Web2. We're onboarding a lot of people who are proficient in Web2 marketing. And what we aim to achieve is really to onboard them to Seraph. And, if you've been playing Seraph, when you're trying to play the game or register within the game, you just need to register in game, and then you're going to be able to be having the ActPass account, even if you register via the game. What we really want to market Seraph in a way to Web2 players is not the blockchain, but really what they can do with the blockchain. Instead of selling items to the black market and then having this possibility of you being banned for selling in the black market. Here in Seraph or here in the Web3, you're going to be able to sell your items without having to go to the black market and without you having to become this kind of way of you being banned in game. For example, you're level 99, you're selling items, and then all of a sudden you're banned because you're selling items in the black marketplace. That's one of the things that we are using as a way to market Seraph to Web2 players. Come here, play Seraph. You don't need to know this 12 key phrases. You just register in the game. You're going to be having the account in game, and within the Act Pass, if you don't want to use the on-chain features, you don't need to use Act Pass. If you want to be able to sell the items that you got in game, use Act Pass, and you're going to be able to sell it without the consequences of you being banned. So yeah,
Yeah,
Sahil. Oh yeah,
and
go
it's a
Mark.
huge respect. It's a huge respect for uh,
The beliefs of
for the
this
player
have been
because
madmen
it's
to find
sometimes
some kind
when
of
we
evil.
was on
Kings
the
are worse
web
than
2
too.
and etc. and we was passing for the situation, this kind of stuff makes us feel so bad because it's like it's the asset is ours, but at the same time wasn't, and we was like criminalized because we was trying to do something with something that it's ours. And in Seraph, this is something that it's completely normal because Seraph understand that our effort, the hours that we put in the game, not only the money but the effort, it's worth it for you call mine all the stuff that you are generating producing. So this is one of the reasons that I'm here after more than actually almost 1 decade and a half of working in the game industry. I'm right now here because I was one of the persons that was feeling so bad about it, about see all my effort in the games not being mine, was not mine. I was not able to treat that. The sword was not mine, the skin was
The
not mine.
beliefs of
So
this city
it's
have
so
madmen to
good to
find
play a
some
game
kind
like
of evil.
Seraph and
Kings are
understand that
worse
all
than
my
too.
effort, every single hour that I put here to understand better this game, there is a directly reward for it, like directly reward. Like, that's why when I talk with Jerry, with Lotus, and many others from the team, I always say that for me, Seraph succeed. It's a matter of faith in Web3 games. Like right now, all people like me that love so much gaming and wants to play something that you feel that it's
The
ours,
beliefs of
it's
this city
yours,
have
like
been
the effort,
the madmen who
it's
form
worth
such
the
kings are
effort of
worse
ours and etc.
than
Games
too.
like Seraph be a
So
success. It's what for me it's one of the most important thing to encourage more games like this one be produced in exactly the same way with exactly the same idea of be sustainable, of not the idea of mainly be a play to earn game, but before of it be be an enjoyable game and things like that. So yeah, I can say to you, me, that right now, not only me, but a lot of other friends, and I know that a lot of people that it's watching my live stream every day. I know that a lot of people that is in this chat right now, listening to us. We hope so much that you guys, of course, uh, always try to take the most fair decisions related to us, but for sure we are hoping so much for the success of Seraph even before we think about. I know that a lot of us is thinking this way because we want to Web3 games in general succeed, and games like Seraph succeed. It's really important to be a beacon, of success for other games to understand how important is some kind of decisions that you guys are taking right now. And for sure, I think Seraph can easily be the game of the next year in Web3 in the way that you guys are guiding it. I know that sometimes hurts because you guys is still in the phase of test stuffs. I know that you guys is still balancing and you guys want to feel comfortable with the soul spar stuffs and the drops and the farms and so many stuffs. I know that sometimes it hurts. It hurted me when you guys did this balance of drop soul spar for this season, but I just found my way. I found the best way to correct my strategy and how to play it because I still competitive, etc. So like I said, I know that not only me, but a lot of people is hoping for the success of the game, man. I hope that everything goes well, and we have a huge, by the way, official launch of Seraph very soon.
It's it's funny how Marduk casually said he doesn't have good English and he'll face issue speaking, but he just
Yeah.
drummed the best Seraph speech in English right there.
Yeah, that's one of the things I realized. He said, "Oh, I'm not good in English," but he's speaking English in a straight manner without even having to think.
Right. And dude, the passion that he has shown, man, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna quit my job at KGeN and gonna grind Seraph.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you if you
Marduk
do
is
that, you need more than one game to do that.
Marduk is quite quiet in Discord, but I was quite surprised with how much knowledgeable he is actually within the game.
Yeah, we are trying. We are trying to understand some few stuff. It's. I hope that we had more opportunity to talk with the public and keep it, like trying to. I right now, by the way, it's one of the things that I talked a lot with some of the staff members of the game that it's important for someone at some moment. It's important. Some game will need to break the bubble of Web3 and bring naturally players from Web2. And let's do a recap of the end of the past year and right now. We have the launch of Diablo 4. We have the launch of Last Epoch at the beginning of the year. We have the best season, retention season of Path of Exile. And we have probably the open beta of, actually the closed beta is running since there's few days that's already running the closed beta of PoE 2, but I believe that we will have the open beta until the end of the year, and we have Seraph. So this is the year of action RPG. Let's be very honest. For the next decade, we will not see a year for action RPG like this one. So right now, have really a massive amount of players playing the game, it's truly important. And people don't like to play something that they are bad at it. If you play something that you just suck on it, you're gonna quit. And of course, this game had a huge amount of complexity to make someone feel that the progression is really happening, etc. So what we are trying to do, at least in Brazil, me, Veiga, and other influencers, is trying to break the barrier of this complexity for Web3 specifically, and try to make this message reach people that plays Web2 action RPGs. And for sure, from your side, guys, it's really important to keep doing an effort for every single time that a new player come in and join the game to test it, to play a little bit. That experience should be amazing. I know that's difficult because we have people that speak so many different languages. At least in my region, we are trying to produce. Man, we have right now more than 20 articles with like 20 pages explaining Portuguese, how to play with Valkyrie, how to play with all the builds of Necromancer. Like, we are trying to make or part in the process of break the bubble, and guarantee that people who explain the economy, the crafting system, the soul spark system anyway. So these kind of conversations I know that we have only like 35 people here. Not only, right? It's to be very honest, I'm really happy to see so many people that stayed with us during all this conversation, but let's try to do this as much we can in many different languages. I don't know, like, let's try to, because by the questions that we received here on the chat, I can see that there's some very new players here, people that is like you recently reached level 60 and things like that. Like, how we can manage it to make the experience of these persons really good. Like, if they just go bad in the game, they will quit. How we can make them understanding the easy way how to progress in the game, how to develop to feel good. Like, every single day he log in and he see, oh, I'm stronger, I'm a bit stronger right now. Like, I truly believe that this is the kind of feeling that I know that will not be from one day to another, but during weeks and months we can like gradually break the bubble and bring some players from Web2 to Seraph and etc. So yeah, it's just it's my 2 cents of, like, I believe that we are near to our official launch and we have the token, etc. So I really would love to see this game full of player, man. Like, I don't know exactly how to do this, but I believe that you guys have a lot of people think about it right now inside the company. But yeah, I'm way more concerned in terms of the game be a success in this way, you know, like how we can break the bubble because the game is so good. I'm being honest. I like more Seraph like than Last Epoch. And if I'm not mistaken, Last Epoch it's an investment way higher in terms of development than Seraph. And the game it's way better in many different ways. You know how we can make people knows that, because I know that I don't know, not even 5% of the population of action RPG knows that Seraph exists, and I would love to make them know that exists and give a right journey of content to them to guarantee that they have a good experience. They have, like, you know, they are feeling good progressing the shark and things like that. To see this city here, this this I don't know how is the name of this new place, the Phantom Cape, full of people running here and chatting the global and things like that.
Marduk said he drops 2 cents, but that was $2 million. Yeah. And there's this one thing, all right. I was having a chat with a friend of mine. He's quite connected in the whale communities, who give various alpha calls here and there. And out of all the Web3 games out there, the community was very excited on Seraph, to be specific. And those guys really understood Seraph was an undervalued gem, which not many Web3 gaming influencers keep talking about, because honestly a lot of the Web3 gaming influencers, they just talk after getting paid. This is definitely one of them undervalued, and like Louis, me mentioned, they are really focused on marketing out into the Web2 gaming ecosystem, and that's where the majority of the gamers really are. Web3 is really struggling with the true passionate gamers out there. There are a lot of farmers that, yeah, of course, there are a lot of gamers, but the volume is quite less. And yeah, that's definitely a bull case for Seraph. A lot of players joining in from Web2, and a lot of these whales, they understand, Seraph has made a foolproof NFT economy and what they're gonna achieve right there. So that
Yeah,
was what excited me right off the bat.
yeah, like we are proficient on how we know on how to market Web3 games to Web3 people, and that is also why we are actually working. Like you mentioned earlier, we are not the one handling the Web2 marketing. We are actually working with another institution that is actually quite proficient on marketing Web2 games. So that's what we're trying to do. We're not really trying to, hey, this is our project. We are going to be handling the Web3 and Web2. No, we want to be able to really market our game to Web2 players by working with people or with this institution that we are working with who actually knows how to market games in Web2. And since we're nearing our official launch, that's really one of the important things that we want to be able to also close into. Be able to really have Web2 players join in during our official launch. And like I've mentioned earlier to Marduk, we are not really trying to market the blockchain side. Like I've mentioned, if you want to play the game, you just register, you're going to be able to play the game. If you finally see the capability of the on-chain features, such as you being able to sell what you have, then go to the on-chain side of Seraph via the Akpas wallet. So that's how we're really marketing Seraph. We market it as the game, and then when they play the game, they're going to be able to find out that there is an on-chain feature allowing them to sell their own items without going to the marketplace. So that's how we want to market a Web3 game. Not to say, hey, come to this game, it has a Web3 feature. It is blockchain game. No, we don't want that. We will market it in a way that, hey, this is an ARPG game, play it, and then when you're playing it, you find out about the feature by yourself.
That's cool.
I mean, at this point, you should rename your game from Seraph into the darkness, from Seraph into the brightness.
No, it's showing the dark side.
I mean, you guys will bring the bright side to Web3 gaming, honestly.
Oh, and by the way, guys, make sure to join our campaign with KGeN. Again, just go to the events channel. You're going to be able there the two latest posts about KGeN, wherein we are working with them for them, and then you guys are going to be rewarded by earning K points and also with the K cash and the ZK pool or the ZK token pool, and of course the latest one right now is there's a $100 reward pool for people who just simply share about Seraph gameplay and then the feedback from this event. And make sure to include your K-Drop referral link or code and then tag the different accounts involved here, KGen and of course Seraph Global. And then you're going to be able to get or be included on the reward pool of the $100.
I wanted to add something onto that. And see, when we launched our open lobby campaign, what we had something in mind also is a lot of these questing platforms are coming out where, most recent one, they spoke about how we can double farm by playing, games on the platform. The platform points, the platform currency, and in the game currency out there. Our target was mainly on how you can triple farm, a next level where you can farm for KGeN token, you can farm for the ZK token, and yeah, if you just learn the game, you can probably now even farm for the Seraph token. So that's how we really want to plan a journey in. You play games on a platform and you're going to triple farm tokens out there. And yeah, the end goal is you be a good gamer. Of course, reward is a way to incentivize you, to motivate you, but the end goal is, just have to be a good gamer in the long run and yeah, explore more opportunities.
Yeah, like I like the way that you worded it out. You know, by playing Seraph, you actually, or by working with KGen with their K-Drop campaign, it's like unlocking more incentives to the players of Seraph in the Darkness. You earn within the Seraph in the Darkness, and you also earn with the KGen K-Drop campaign. So it's more like unlocking more incentives to the real players.
That's right.
And by the way, we've actually already passed. I was not aware. It's been hours since we've been doing this game night. So
1.5
if
hours.
you have, yeah,
Time flew by.
if you want to share anything else on your side of KGen or anything, any alphas or anything you want to share, just
Mhm.
feel free to share it here, and then
Definitely.
I will share my side as well, and then we can end the game night.
Definitely. Something I can immediately say is, most of you may or may not have heard of KGeN before. We initially started off as Indie GG. We were really a sub DAO of YGG. And yeah, over time, when we started onboarding a lot of users, we got acquired by Kratos Studios with a seed round of $20 million. Yeah, that was quite huge when we did that. And over time, in a month or two, we will be announcing our new strategic round. So yeah, we're gonna be having more funding. So an alpha for you is when projects have good funding, their airdrop. Yeah, you can take a guess how would their airdrop be. We're gonna have a good allocation right there. So yeah, that's the alpha.
Yeah, I was actually aware that you guys were part of YGG, but I wasn't aware that there was an acquisition that happened. So, congratulations on that part.
Thank you, Dylan.
Oh, and by the way, we're also going to be having another game night on KGen's Discord on
That's
2 days
tomorrow.
from now on Friday. No,
Oh,
that's
Friday,
Friday.
yeah. Friday.
Yeah,
I forgot.
it's going to be on Friday at the same time when we started the game night today. But if you need the local time, just go to the events channel again. You're going to be able to see that, and of course the link for KGeN's Discord. It's also there. So, just join us, guys, and maybe I'm going to be dropping new alphas during the game night. KGeN's
Right.
Discord. Who knows?
So the next event will do something different. Now we had an expert account been streamed out by Marduk. Friday we'll have a beginner account, and Marduk will show him some guidance out there, a quick walkthrough, and how you can start from scratch and still manage to level up.
From from pro to newbie. Yeah, so thank you, Sahil and Marduk, especially for Marduk to sharing on how to level up faster. I got a lot of things there that I wasn't actually aware on my side. I think that's going to be helping
He
me.
beat you at your own game.
Yeah, man. My God. I was aware of some of the things, but the other things that he shared, I was like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's the beauty of complex games.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if
right.
you're the developer, you miss out things that you actually could have taken advantage of. So thank you for that.
And thank you
Right.
so much for you here to answer so many important questions from the side of the company, etc. Really appreciate your participation here, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much. I have
you.
one last question. I have one last question
Yeah.
before I drop off. Are you guys planning on launching on Epic Games?
So what we are planning is actually going to be on Steam. I think.
Okay.
So on the side of the developers, they really see Steam as a better option compared to Epic. But the difference is on how we're going to be launching. So right now, what we really want to do is to really have this specific build that we're using right now as the one we're going to be launching on Steam.
Okay.
And if that restrictions does not permit it, what we're going to be having to do is going to be releasing another version of Seraph in the Darkness in Web 2 in a way that's it's going to be limited. So that if they want to unlock the complete features of Seraph, they're going to be having to try or use the version where there's going to be a Web 3 feature. But of course, what we really want to happen is we're going to be able to release the version that we have wherein there's going to be the Web3 feature. But of course, there's going to be a gray line during our discussions because they are going to be saying there should be no tokens or there should be no NFTs. But if you look into the game as well, there really is technically no NFTs and tokens. They're somewhat like
a Web 2 game, but everything happens in the
a
wild.
web. Yeah, somewhat like that. So that's still something that we are in discussions with the Steam market. But hopefully we're going to be able to use this build that we have right now. Because like I've mentioned, we're starting to really draft a plan to do a huge web to marketing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, praying for that. I know Marduk, he'll be praying hard for that. Like to
Already praying.
all gods of all religions, so that prayers get answered.
Anyone that answer is good for me. I'm praying for everyone. I I just put a house in the game, man.
Using Google Translate to pray. That's different.
All right, yeah, that was a really fun session, and thank you so much, Louis. Thank you, Marduk, for chiming in so much about Seraph. I'm even more bullish after hearing what you guys had to say. I only had a brief understanding from what I heard from my friend from the VL community out there, but now I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna cook super hard.
Yeah, thank you for your support, Sahil. There are a lot of things, like I've mentioned, happening in the back end or the background, and we are excited to be able to share them as we progress. Even our fundraisings and our partnerships or huge partnerships and huge, news about investments or partners have not yet been released yet. We're trying to really do the marketing in a different way where we market the game and we don't really market the hype.
Yeah, that's so sweet. All
So
right then.
thank you. And
Yeah.
for the listeners, thank you again.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much,
much.
guys.
Yeah, let's just end this session with a fire in the chat, guys.
Understand Malthus's concerns.
You- Where is the fire? This
Need
one.
more fires.
This
Do
is
I
good.
have that GIF? I'm still trying to find a good GIF to add it. I think we need the GIF for Seraph with the fire.
Oh yes, really like your stickers. They're quite cute.
That's the point. All right, so here's my fire. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys.
Thanks a
Have a
lot.
nice day.
Have a nice
Bye
one.
bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you guys for listening to the AMA of KGeN X Seraph. So I just showed you in the meanwhile the gameplay. So I hope you liked this entire stream. We'll meet again in another Web3 game or any Web2 game. Till the end, peace out, stay strong, bye bye.